This little boy tied an iron pike through a stick. He grinds slits in the pipe. Then he puts in the powder and steel balls and seals it with a cap. And that's how he made a simple gunpowder pistol. And this inventive genius was named Kalashnikov. When he grew up, he was obsessed with guns. He designed the AK-47 that dominated the battlefield in the 20th century, and he was inspired by this unassuming gun. Kalashnikov was thrilled to test the gun with that ammunition. He fires the gun several times without any problems. The stability of the gun is excellent. The general came to test Kalashnikov's gun himself. He saw the gun's stability and accuracy, so the general recommended him to represent the military region in the national weapons competition. Soon Kalashnikov arrived at the Moscow Weapons Institute. There were some of the best weapons designers in the country, but he was under pressure. At the same time, he was given his own workshop. He was assigned a beautiful female assistant. Kalashnikov was mesmerized. Soon it was time for the competition, but Karla had simply operated his gun. Unsurprisingly, his machine gun lost for competition. This failure made Karla realize to win the competition in a place where the best of the best are, the best of the best must work 100%, so he began to work day and night. Finally, with his tireless efforts, a new machine gun was born, or the second time, and Harris light machine gun performed very well. He thought he could win easily. But after the jury's deliberations, all the guns in the competition did not take the requirements of the real world. Therefore, they were all rejected. But this second failure was a blow to him. He began to doubt his ability. His brothers came to comfort him. Karla just wanted to do something for her country, but for the moment, he seemed to be an invalid. In 1945, the war ended with the surrender of Germany. The whole Soviet Union celebrated, but Kara Smart felt a little sad. The end of the war might mean that there was no need to continue developing firearms. Wouldn't that mean that she was no longer of any value? But then he was approached by a superior officer. They told him that the commander-in-chief had issued an order. Although the war is over, the army still needs more advanced weapons. That's why the RD department had to stay on and continue their research. With this news, Kala was reinvigorated. He had learned from his previous failures. She drew a model of a new rifle on the drawing board. The winner of the last weapons competition came to Tara's office after seeing the drawing, but he told Karla that your gun should be simpler, because the simpler it is, the less it will break down, and that made Karla's hair stand on end, and he worked on the rifle again. And finally, in 1947, the first AK-47 was born, which shocked the world. Karla was so excited that he picked up the rifle and wanted to go to the range to test it, but he was told that the range had been reserved by the general. The earliest he could test it would be a few days. Karla was furious, and he didn't think twice about it, but he drew marks on the barrels in the camp, ready for the test.